The Boston Celtics have a lot of massive questions to answer this summer, but the reality of their current situation could be significantly worse. They won 56 games this year and finished second in the Eastern Conference. They achieved that success despite missing Jason Tatum until March. The playoffs ended in a brutal first-round exit that left fans angry. But there are still plenty of positive takeaways from this past basketball season. They managed to get completely under the luxury tax penalty. They saw steady improvement and breakout performances all over the roster. Tatum returned from his extended absence and looked absolutely excellent on the floor. Now they need some real upgrades to return to top-tier contender status. The front office has plenty of powerful financial tools at their disposal to do so. They have plenty of tradable salary and multiple traded player exceptions. They also have the mid-level exception and biannual exceptions available in free agency. This provides Brad Stevens with a massive amount of payroll flexibility. Let us compare this to another team in a much more difficult position right now. The Denver Nuggets are facing a true offseason nightmare. They also crashed out of the playoffs in the very first round. But unlike Boston, they have very little to feel good about right now. The Denver team simply is not good enough around their aging veteran core. Their current roster is incredibly expensive and highly restrictive. They have very few draft assets or young players left at their disposal. The Nuggets are forced to make massive moves around Nikola Jokic to survive. For starters, they desperately need to shed a massive amount of payroll money. They need this financial relief just to bring back Peyton Watson in free agency. That means dumping a heavy contract to a team that can absorb the money. They need a trade partner who will not demand massive draft compensation. They also need a trade partner that will not make their team significantly worse. This exact scenario creates a perfect opportunity for a blockbuster trade. There is one specific solution that makes perfect sense for both organizations. The Nuggets could trade Cam Johnson to the Celtics right now. Please take a quick second to like the video and subscribe. Boston would absorb him into their massive $27 million exception. They generated that exception when they traded away Anthony Simons previously. In return, the Celtics would send Sam Hauser back to Denver. This move would immediately save the Nuggets over $12 million in cap space. Denver could then reinvest that money into keeping their own free agents. They would also turn Cam into an elite floor spacer for their offense. Hauser is exactly the type of shooter who would thrive next to a passing genius like Jokic. Boston would only have to send back roughly $7 million in salary. The contract for Hauser sits right around $10 million, so the math works perfectly. The Celtics would be adding a very capable player and a brilliant financial asset. They would maintain total flexibility moving forward. They would just need to manage other moves carefully to avoid hitting the hard cap. Boston would acquire a player in Johnson who struggled a bit last season in Denver, but we all remember how he broke out when he played in Brooklyn. He was scoring almost 19 points per game during that amazing run. He showed the entire league that he is a legitimate threat from deep. He is a career 40% shooter from the three-point line. He is also somebody who can put the ball on the floor and create his own shot. He can even run the offense in short bursts when the primary guards need a rest. At 6 feet and 8 inches tall, you do not sacrifice any size by playing him. While he is certainly not an elite defender, he is definitely not a liability either. He knows how to rotate properly and stay in front of his assignment. The most appealing part of this trade involves his current contract status. Johnson would be entering the very final year of his current deal. Suddenly, the Celtics would have another massive expiring contract to play with. His $23 million of expiring money is an incredible trade chip. It would be the absolute perfect piece to flip in another trade for a massive superstar. The front office could easily package Johnson and Derek White together. This combination gets them to over $53 million in matching salary. That massive number opens up the entire league for a potential blockbuster trade. It is more money than Donovan Mitchell or Evan Mobley will make next season. It is more than Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard will earn on their current deals. It even puts them right within shouting distance of a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo. The financial possibilities become absolutely endless with an expiring contract of that size. The front office knows exactly how to manipulate these salary rules. Adding Cam Johnson solves an immediate need for wing depth and scoring, but it also sets the stage for a much larger move before the trade deadline. The front office loves to collect expiring contracts for this exact specific purpose. They did it before with players like Evan Fournier and Josh Richardson. They use these mid-tier contracts to eventually land the ultimate prize. Denver gets out of a terrible financial situation and gets a perfect shooter. Boston gets a versatile wing player and the ultimate trade chip for the future. It is a rare win for both franchises in a very complicated salary cap environment. We will have to wait and see if Brad Stevens pulls the trigger on this deal. The trade market is going to be incredibly active in the coming weeks. Every contender is looking for a way to improve their roster without paying a massive tax penalty. This specific trade perfectly threads that difficult financial needle. Keep a close eye on the Denver front office and their upcoming decisions. If they start aggressively shedding salary, this move becomes highly probable. The summer of trades is just getting started, and Boston is ready to strike.